We walk in, and there's this guy, like, sitting on the couch, and he has a snake kind of, like, essentially on his lap, but he's kind of moving around.
And it's a big snake.
It's a big snake. I'm not going to say.
Just, like, chilling on his lap.
An anaconda?
A big banana. The big yellow ones that can wrap 60 times. Or a banana.
Literally.
I thought
python.
It was a cobra?
Water.
Hello and welcome to Eat the Damn Cake. I'm Carly.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're back in your eardrums.
For what episode is this?
33?
No, it's
4.
5?
3.
I think it was 34. No, it's 35.
It's 33.
No, it's not. Last week was 33. I can assure you.
Okay. Moving right along.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We have some very special people on the podcast today.
We've been talking about how we're going to try to have other people on our podcast that aren't necessarily directly related to the fitness industry, because we want to be a podcast that teaches you a whole range of things.
Yeah.
So we decided to invite some very special humans in our lives, and we're just so excited
You've probably heard of them because we've talked about them on this podcast.
We've given them
anonymously or
no. I think we
talked about Winter Properties,
first and last name.
Yeah.
We have a problem when we talk about other people like close in our lives. We're like, oh, Mike McManus, that guy, and we're like, wait, what if he didn't want
his
whole name to be on there?
Expose it.
Yeah, we exposed it. So please welcome Mike McManus and Lexi Winter.
Yay.
We're so excited to have you both on here.
We are so excited.
Are we excited?
We are.
We haven't mentioned that we're excited.
Just one more time for the people.
We're just so excited.
We're so honored to have you in our presence.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah. Is this your first podcast?
No.
Whose podcast did you go on?
We've done some real estate podcasts and just like with other small businesses.
That's so awesome.
Podcasts are fun.
Yes.
You shoot the shit.
Out.
I know.
I'm most excited
just
about
hang.
this one, though, so.
Okay, thank you.
Good answer. Good answer.
We'll
Good
be number one in
answer.
our hearts.
Oh, thank you
so much.
So to break it down a little bit, we're going to be talking about real estate. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to be talking about fitness. So buckle up.
Buckle
The hell
up.
Okay. So to start, I would love to hear from both of you. And, you know, Lexi, I know that you're pretty much the founder of your business.
Pretty much.
Pretty much getting
it's
old
named
now.
after you.
So
So if you want to kind of tell us of how you came into your business, and then also how you found Mike and kind of connected.
how we found each other
Yeah.
And
one
then how
night.
you guys like expanded upon it.
It might still have them. We're all from Framingham, but I don't.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about this for hours.
Go for
I'll
it.
Keep it really short. So hi again. Thank you for having us today.
course.
Like again, anyone who knows us knows that we will talk about real estate for days on end.
And you
So-
keep it
Talk about
interesting,
anything
though.
for days on end, but
I'm saying we will tell you the
Real
truth
estate's
about real
different.
estate, though. We will not
love it.
sugarcoat anything. And quite frankly, like that's one of the biggest things, like, you know, educating people up front.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to come out at some point. So
Yeah.
we can't say it's like a beautiful world right now when it sure ain't
No.
in real
Yeah.
estate. Yeah.
But like also you guys are so relatable because I said to Maddie on the car ride in, everyone at one point in their life wants to live somewhere. So like
At some point.
whether it's renting, whether it's buying a house, whether it's a condo, like everyone can relate to real estate in some way or another.
And like, there's just always going to be a need for housing,
Yeah.
like a roof over your head.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
But then there's
Exactly.
also going to be so many real estate agents, and it's like finding those people that are honest and genuine and set themselves above the rest, and also is just like raw and real, which I think is really hard to find in any industry.
100%.
But I feel like you are leading the charge in the real estate business, especially with how you market yourselves and just how you treat your clients. Because I mean, we're not quite there yet. I can't really afford anything.
Well,
at
my
the
boyfriend's
moment.
bought a house through you guys.
So we have people
know.
to vouch. People, the best part we get to do is work with people we know. And
Yep.
like, honestly, that's like my favorite. We work with so many like people and like direct referrals that it really doesn't feel like work. I mean, but we love it. Like that's the biggest part. Same thing with you guys, like
Yeah.
just loving your damn job.
It's important because if you don't love it, your clients will know.
Have you ever
shows through.
Yeah.
Have you ever started off working for someone else before you decide to branch off on your own?
I mean, definitely. So like technically when you get your real estate license, right, you're an independent contractor. So you don't work for anyone. However, you have to legally hang your license somewhere to like sell real estate. So when you first get in, you do need to like put your license under a brokerage.
Okay.
Unless you want to go off on your own brokerage. So essentially,
Sounds stressful.
it's all stressful, but you know what? It's fun.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing we do is work with people. So it's really like if you like doing that,
So you have to be a people person.
1,000,000%.
You have to be able to talk to people.
Not to say it's not stressful sometimes, but I would say for the most part, like we just have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you keep it fun, I feel like that makes you excited about what you're doing and the people you're working for, basically. And so what kind of made you want to start your own? Did you ever have a poor experience before, or was it just one of those
It's
things
funny
where you're
you
like,
say
I
that.
can do that?
No, so like I always wanted to just be like a solo agent.
Yep.
Like I didn't want to be on a team ever because essentially I was like, if I can do it all, like why
Yeah.
Yeah,
split my money with someone else?
exactly.
Absolutely.
Same thing as like, I don't think people should necessarily ever limit themselves to like what they want to do. You want to work with buyers, sellers, renters, work with them all.
Yeah.
I mean, you can specialize in things, but I think leaving it open is a better route to go. So,
Absolutely.
but as far as like the team thing goes, I just got, I got so busy. I couldn't physically be in Worcester and in Boston at the same time. So I was like, I need help. And it started actually, you guys said it, you touched on it right at the beginning, but customer service, like if you can't like obviously do your job well, but also like make your clients happy and like service them properly, like it's just, you're not going to get referrals that way.
Exactly.
I mean, referrals are the biggest thing, I feel like, in both of our businesses.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's like finding people that you'll click with, because if you click with them, the chances of you clicking with other people in their circle is huge. And I mean, when we're talking about being friendly and personable, it's like both of you are so
We're
friendly.
not friendly or personable.
No, honestly, not at all.
We're
I
not
mean-
funny.
And then, did you both connect because you had your real estate license and you already had your business and you were like, okay, I know that.
It's interesting how we got started because Mike and I really go back to like a friendship foundation
Yeah.
before like a business foundation. And like, I think once I realized I got so busy, again, honestly, any real estate agent could brand themselves however they want. You
Right.
could be ByronBuildsHomes.com. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So like once you get your license, you're free to do that.
That's so cool.
Well, it is, but it's a lot of work, you know?
Yeah.
So one of the biggest deciding factors too is like where you decide to hang your license. So like certain agencies or brokerages, they won't let you brand yourself.
Oh.
So like a Coldwell is Coldwell all day long. Keller Williams is very okay with you branching out and branding yourself and really recognizing. And then now the place that we're at Custom Homes in Framingham,
Yep.
and it's the same thing. It's our office, it's Winter Properties, and we're super lucky.
Yeah.
Like you don't get these like opportunities out of nowhere. Obviously, we worked a little bit. We
Yeah.
worked our asses off a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
A little
just like a little.
So I guess I never really understood that. Like Mike tried to explain it to me. So he's like, it's like you as your personal training and like training license, you working for Bespoke, but you having Built by Byron on the side and branching off and doing your own
Correct.
thing.
And I think
Okay.
people get to decide if they want to own a brokerage or not. So the reason I even got into real estate, not to back it all up, but like
No,
my
back it up.
grandfather
Back
was
it
a
up.
brokerage. Back it up. He started, real estate in his early 20s, and he's in his late 80s now, and
Wow.
has never stopped.
That's so impressive.
So he really does
It's
love
a
it.
legend.
It's impressive, but he also has like inspired me to like live that life of like being able to do real estate, like be happy with your family, like make a lot of money and like mush it all into one. And before, I think, they didn't have these Coldwell, Keller Williams, Century 21. So everybody had their own brokerage. It was very small. And another thing you got to think about, like when he was selling real estate 80 years ago, like there was only one owner in each home, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, when was the last addition done? Who's the electrician who touches your
Oh,
outlets?
yeah.
Oh my God.
They know everything down to the last time the roof shingle was done. Like,
That's wild.
now you have 6, 7, 8, 15 owners of one home. It's like, when was the addition done? I don't fucking
no
know.
idea.
Yeah, no clue.
I don't fucking know.
You're like,
Who put the pool in? I don't know. It's like when they now people are waiving inspections.
That's
They're
the
going
thing,
in sight
too.
unseen. It's like they don't ask questions. So at this
Right.
point,
Oh.
when we're selling these homes in 5 to 10 years, right?
yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be
Yeah.
everybody's answer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like when he started, it was you knew everything and
Yeah.
you could have your own brokerage and that's you took on your own liability as yourself. Whereas
Wow.
now, if you work under a brokerage, like they provide us our tech, they provide us our printing, our office space.
That's,
you know?
I feel
So
like
it's
that's
like
ideal.
collaborative. It's ideal.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
mean-
us coming in to record the podcast.
I know.
They provide us the space, and
It's so nice to like collab though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like our brokers, like Naomi and Deb are amazing women to work for. And
That's
like
great.
Mike and I have a very similar dynamic to them and we got lucky to be like taken under and being free in Framingham, which is where we
Truly.
wanted to be.
Yeah.
We love Framingham.
I know. Framing homies for sure. And you have so many
Yes,
framing homies
framing
on your
homie.
team. And I feel like one thing that probably goes without saying, real estate's really expensive right now.
Sure is.
You can't
Do you
get
guys
much.
think the market's gonna crash?
No.
Don't
Never.
say that.
I'll let Mike take this one away because
What do you
all we
think?
do is talk about this.
Yeah, this is the number one question. Obviously, if we had crystal balls, we wouldn't be selling real estate, so I can't predict the future.
Right.
But I would say, like, an educational opinion on it all is that I think Massachusetts itself is just kind of in a shift.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as pricing goes, this is kind of
This
our
is the
new,
shift.
our new normal.
So do
We
you
are
think,
literally becoming San
I
Francisco.
think we'll relax. I don't think it's going to be the 17% increase forever.
right.
I think we'll kind of mellow out, but
I hope so.
Do you think though that
I want to buy a vacation.
Here's the
home.
thing. Let me give you an analogy.
Okay.
I,
Okay.
was like, I don't want one house,
So,
I want two.
So COVID, right? Have you
Yeah.
heard of that?
Oh.
Did you hear of like COVID-19?
that
coronavirus?
sounds familiar?
Okay, so I don't have
A
to
little
prep you on that.
bit, no.
part. So COVID-19 happened,
Right.
and all of a sudden, the interest rates go down.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people are like, holy shit, I want to buy a house.
Yep.
And then all these sellers are like, oh my God, I don't want anyone in my property because of COVID-19, and I don't want, to expose my family,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yep.
So all of a sudden we get 100 buyers, we get no inventory. So
Yeah.
anytime one home pops on, right, everybody jumps to this one. Then they jump to this one. I'm sure you guys saw the whole
Oh.
line joke. Like people are waiting at
the
open
houses.
houses. It was like the dead of winter. People are like standing there with their kids. I'm like, women and children. Send the women and children in first. Like it was
crazy.
brutal. Like it wasn't fun being a listing agent and having to like people were pissed and et
Yeah.
cetera, et cetera. But at the end of the day, so all these buyers, no homes, it's a supply and demand game. So unless we eliminated physically half the buyer pool,
Yeah.
and we'd still have 50 buyers for every one home
Insane.
versus 100. So we might go from like 20 offers to like 2 to 3 offers.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that the competition won't still be there. People
Yeah.
are still putting their best foot forward. And
How do you guys feel about letters? Oh, just for a preference for people who don't know what letters are.
I love letter.
Yeah, so basically the letter is why you want the house, your family, you see them there, and you want to raise your kids there, and this and that, and a lot of times they'll slap a picture on it. Fair Housing's actually cracking down on that, and they basically will eliminate the letter pretty soon.
Really?
Yeah,
I think that's fair though.
there's a
mean,
lot of
it-
controversy with it. If you pick a family, a specific family to take on a home.
Yeah.
Well,
Based
the
on what they
controversy
say.
is more actually steering people away.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, you find out what they do for a living, and you're biased against their profession, or
Oh.
Yeah. It's
a
just-
picture comes in and they don't like anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's eliminating that part.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way I review offers with my sellers, one, I say my job is to show you the facts, right? Get you the most money for your home, protect you, protect your home.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, too, like I know my sellers are also good people and they
Yep.
have hearts.
Yeah.
But I need to explain to them the facts on the paper. So I'll say, I'm going to present the offers. And then if you guys want to read the letters after, that's up to you. But at least they
Yeah.
have the facts first. And then if they want to be swayed in any way based off the clients, it's their decision. And some sellers say no.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I have
good.
these people who are like, I don't care about the letters. Just show me The numbers, Lexi.
I feel like show me the money. Like, show me the freaking money.
Show me the money. There's personality types up the wazoo. And then there's people who are...
And also, I feel like, can't you... I mean, this sounds sketchy as hell, but I feel like people probably embellish a little bit on some of those letters. Like, embellish and fabricate.
I would.
And,
I'd be like, I plan to cook all the Sunday dinner meals with my family of 5.
Carly's like, I will lap the syrup off the plate every morning.
I will hold volunteering seminars every Sunday.
I will teach everyone how to cook in the neighborhood.
That is literally something I would do.
They're like, they're like, we don't want this person in the neighborhood. So that's again the example of like it could go both ways. If they don't like what they read, you don't get the home. They love what they read.
You might get the home.
So like, you know, we have to kind of separate that, and we don't want like to violate any fair housing. No. It's like one of our biggest things to worry about. So.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really up to our sellers though. At the end of the day, like they're given the last call.
That's great though. It keeps them kind of in control of the situation, or at least make them feel like they're in control of the situation of who's getting where they've probably built a pretty big foundation of their lives. So, I mean, I know a few people have like sold their houses or have seen people buy houses, and they're like, yeah, our letter had a huge role in us getting the house. Or that's what their
agent just told them.
Yeah.
We spit a lot of bullshit.
Really?
We do what we got to do sometimes.
I know, I'm sure. I honestly...
No client's going to get mad that you say offer accepted because you wrote that good letter. They're like, no, they like the dollar figure and the fact you waived the appraisal, honey.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it. But, you know, as your agent, we want to make you feel happy and comfortable and that you're making the right decision. And, like, to me, here's the other thing. So if I have 2 offers, right? Offer A, offer B, exact same offer down to the dollar, down to the closing date. And offer A writes a really nice letter about how they can't wait to start the garden and fix the roof that has been sitting for 20 years.
Yeah.
And then offer B, you know, is just a flat offer.
Yeah.
Like my seller's probably going to pick the one that were
like
something
went the
really
extra.
nice about their home.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm not going to say it doesn't help or hurt you, but like it, and we also never know what's on the other side. Like Mike deals with a lot of buyers. He is really good at calling the agent and saying, hey, Susie, what do you have in hand? How many offers?
Like
Wow, I'm shocked.
Mike
doesn't sound like him at all.
He is so nice. No, he will like, I mean, because here's the thing. You're not going to put in a full price offer if she has no other offers. You're not going to go 50 grand over if she has no offers. So Mike's job is literally to find that stuff out, be friends with this lady, and then tell you as a client what you have to do to get the house. And then you decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Here's your options. What do you want for dinner? You want soup? You want salad? You want potatoes?
Mike, you literally are one of the most personable people, I think, to like be to like.
Thanks.
You are, but
to
also
be in real estate.
But
for
also,
sure.
you're so good at networking. Like that is something I strive to like be as good at as you are.
Flattered.
Yeah.
Come on, hear more.
You should teach us a thing or two. Don't
let it get to your head.
What is that? Well, I mean, so honestly, though, I feel like all of this has kind of like blossomed because Mike is a good friend of both of our boyfriends, and he started training with us, and then we got talking. We're like, we're both like working in small businesses. This is an absolute no-brainer. Like, support small times 1,000. Just like stay away from the big name brands and companies and stuff. Just
buy Amazon. See you, Jeff Bezos.
Goodbye.
I'm just kidding.
We will provide you with your sweatshirts. Stop going on Amazon and buy them.
I will, whatever you need. Yes.
But it's cool because, you know, networking even with people who are close to you, it can benefit everyone, but also teach a lot of people so many different things. Like, we're learning so much about real estate, but then, you know, I feel like we can give you ideas about fitness and how we can collab, and how honestly fitness and real estate probably don't seem very similar, but in the sense of
really,
no, I know they don't seem similar at all.
Showing those stairs.
If I had to sweat for my job every day, honey, I won't be doing it. I'll tell you that.
We were just talking how we'll take Instagram videos and stuff and we'll post them to our stories, and going up the stairs all of a sudden,
not muting it.
250 views later, you're like, shit, start over.
Like, I need to drive back there now and take another video.
Yeah, I thought it was working out.
But I think it is similar in the sense of you're providing a service and you're being personable. It's essentially customer service. You have to make the person feel good. You have to provide something that will give them an end goal.
And be knowledgeable about it.
Yeah,
That's the big thing. I think it all comes down to loving what you do and being knowledgeable. And if you have those two things going on, it kind of shows in your business.
100%.
Well, and I'm hearing like a lot of like just like being a small business owner. Like if you don't have good customer service, right? I mean, you could be knowledgeable and you can have been doing it for 10 years,
Totally.
but one, you're not going to get repeat clients if you don't have good customer service. And two, like being a small, like you guys running your own thing, you get to decide exactly how you want to do it.
So
and
true.
That's the cool part.
that is the cool
We
part.
like being our own bosses.
Right.
Yeah.
Being
And also
your
just
own
like,
damn
Boss
boss.
ladies.
yeah, they're like, right?
Surrounded
Look at
by
the
the
boss
boss
ladies. But it's like humanizing the industries too, being like, okay, we're just real human beings, like normal people. Because I feel like I look on Instagram at, big name, even real estate agents, like selling Sunset, for example, like just like crazy things like that.
I know you guys need your own show.
I know you do. Honestly, it'd be very entertaining. It would be very entertaining. A little like
We
a
have to
reality.
sign a lot of like non-disclosure,
I know.
bad shit.
That would be terrifying.
NDAs.
Yeah. But like it's like what was I saying?
We're similar.
Oh yeah, we're totally similar. I lost my train of thought.
We're similar in a sense that we are fortunate enough to have our own businesses and
Yes.
need to learn how to take care of your clients and network and run the books and make sure you're profitable and etc.
Market.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's cool. Like a lot of people that we know, I think like millennials, or at least like I'll say our generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get how you can benefit off of a referral, right?
Totally.
Absolutely.
I think that's kind of a direction that the world is going in. Like, oh, I need a facial. Who do you go to?
Yeah.
I need lashes done. Who do you go to? I need a workout. Who trains you? Like, there are things that you only want to get through word of mouth.
Absolutely.
Who's your child's babysitter?
From someone you
Not-
trust.
correct.
It's like you're not gonna just
I
go
think
on
Angie's
Craigslist.
list is dying.
They're being oh no, but the
Groupon. So check it out.
but that's like the network Facebook group that we have. Yeah.
Framingham Family Now. I mean,
Oh my God.
you see a lot of
Are you on
referrals. Girl, of course I am.
It's Carly's favorite pastime.
I actually have a segment on this podcast where I go through the funniest posts on it,
pretty
and
painful.
like they're so funny. Some
Did
of
you
them-
hear that gunshot? It's
Yeah.
like 2:45. You're like, no.
Oh my god.
It was literally like a breaker.
I saw one looking for a Framingham historian yesterday.
Oh my god!
Haven't followed up.
Yeah,
Don't know
The
if they found
comments,
one
though,
yet.
the comment people like are either so like nice or they attack you.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
the thing
funny.
about a lot of adults I find on Facebook. Sometimes they just don't have much else
To do.
to do.
Going on.
If that's
Yeah.
like
Well,
someone,
think about it though. They're probably not on TikTok. They're probably not on Instagram. Facebook is, you know
Their
how
life.
many hours sometimes we all
Facebook is my
scroll?
life.
Like, they're like, oh, I'm bored. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm just going to troll Facebook.
Literally.
Like, let me go pass a couple hours, commenting on stirring the pot, stirring the freaking pot. They don't even care probably. They're just like,
No.
I need drama in my life because
I live for it. I've never laughed harder than some of the posts that in the Framingham Family Network.
Carly does really like it.
I do. I check it every day. Every time there's a new
It's like the
post.
morning news. You're having your cereal and reading the comments.
That's
You're like, oh
literally
my
it.
God, get over here, Maddie.
Come look at this
one.
post.
I do. And
Sounds like me and Miranda.
Yeah.
but I have a question for you guys. Can you tell me the funniest thing that's ever happened during a showing? Off the noggin?
Has anything ever crazy
I
happened?
got trapped in a.
Oh my God, I did. I locked myself in a crawl space once, like physically locked underneath of a house, like cobwebs dangling. Like it was small. The door just
you have your phone?
closed behind. Thank God I
That's
had my
how it
phone.
was documented. That's
And how I got
I think-
saved.
I think-
If I didn't
As a
have it
viewer-
faxed, I'd still be there. I'd still be there. No
as
one
a
would find
viewer,
me.
We all found it funny, but I don't think you did at the
I
time,
would have been-
but
I was
after-
sweating a little bit.
So
Yeah.
scary.
It was funny.
Again, going back to the fact, if I sweat every day at my job, I wouldn't do it. So
Yeah.
I was sweating that day. Let's see other stuff like.
I had a wild showing with a snake.
Oh my God! Please tell that.
What?
So I showed this 2-family, and the top unit was vacant. It was really nice. The owner lived up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was like the nephew or someone lived downstairs. And
I'm nervous.
we walk in, and there's this guy like sitting on the couch, and he has a snake kind of like essentially on his lap, but he's kind of moving around.
And it's a big snake.
It's a big snake. I'm not gonna say,
just like chilling on his lap.
An anaconda?
A big banana. The big yellow ones that can wrap 60 times or a banana.
Literally.
I thought
python.
it was a cobra.
Don't try.
Are those
rattlesnake.
rattlesnakes? Are those ones poisonous?
Yeah.
Like very.
A big
Extremely.
And his laptop was like projected onto his TV, and he was like online shopping for gun. And we're like in this showing, and I was with two really fun buyers. They're like, you know, our age and just the perfect buyers that could be with me. And she's like, oh, grabbing a new gun or something. And he's like, yeah. He goes, Second Amendment, like, am I right? And she's like, today, we love it.
Sure. Can I buy your house?
At least he had pants on. I mean, like,
pants.
I walked in with
And a
people
nice
in a
sturdy
bed. I'm
white
like,
beater.
you're not leaving? We have a showing.
Wait, really?
People don't care.
Have you ever walked in on people like boning or anything?
Oh my God, Carly. Jesus Christ.
I wish I could say that I have, because that would be so fun.
It would
to
be
tell
so
you.
funny.
But I
Maddie.
know agents that have. I know agents who have gotten caught doing it. I know.
Wait, really?
You have to think.
The
We have
vacant
vacant
house.
homes and lockbox numbers. It's
Oh
a
my
huge
God.
violation of our real estate license.
Oh my God.
So we would never do that shit.
No.
Online
But we know
dating,
people that have.
too. I think it's like a fantasy. Sometimes people will be like, oh, can we like go to one of your listings?
Showings?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
Like, fuck
wild.
outta here with that.
Like, no,
You
I
gotta-
actually
You
like my
pre-approved?
job.
Wait, that's so interesting.
That is like
Sorry, I wanted the dirty deeds.
the snake.
I wanted to
I wish
know.
I did have that one, because you were looking for it.
I
And I
was.
was like,
I was
give
like,
her the boner story. I don't have one.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately not.
The snake is scary though.
It was wild.
It was
really
just
weird.
chilling on his lap,
It was like around his neck / weight. It was
Snuggling.
Huge. It was huge.
just like
I
snuggling
would
with
like
him.
get the heck out of my house if I was showing it. I'd be like, peace.
Yeah.
Not want to talk about
Yeah.
it. Just look.
Sometimes I think they do it on purpose because they don't want it sold. Or they
Ugh,
don't want
Yeah.
What
it
about like the
burners or-
beds in weird places too, with like
There's some
cameras?
weird
I'm like,
stuff
what the?
going
Oh no.
Oh my
Like,
God.
like Michael Scott and Jan in the
Yeah.
office, and she's like, "I thought you cleaned up," and puts the camera down.
That is
Basically what
creepy.
happens.
that is scary. But I feel like you probably have to get desensitized to it at some point where you're just like, okay, let's walk around
Oh,
I
this.
feel like I
dolls.
don't.
A lot
I'm
of
like
weird
still
dolls, like
get
movies.
freaked
Have
out.
you ever
by
showed
dolls.
a haunted house before?
We've gotten like the feels
feeling.
of someone.
Really?
Yeah,
I think I have
of
the
course.
sixth
Do you
sense.
wait? Do you actually?
Mike's like, I see dead people.
Wait, but do you guys have to disclose if someone died in the house? Is that real?
So we don't legally have to disclose that in the state of Massachusetts unless somebody asks you. If
Oh.
somebody, like if they said, Lexi,
Did someone?
Why
die?
does it
Miss
feel
Listing
Down here.
Agent, do you know if somebody passed away in the home? I have to
Yeah.
ask the seller. If the seller knows, they have to disclose it.
Okay.
We don't have to say it up front, but we can't lie about it.
Okay. That makes
Gotcha.
sense. I mean,
But here's the thing. Are you,
Florida, they're probably like, no.
well, 15 sellers later, and I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I
You
know,
I
literally.
don't
Thing.
fucking know.
also, it's like,
I forgot to ask when I bought the house.
yeah.
Shit.
It's, I feel like I'd be freaked out. I definitely lived in a haunted house in college.
Oh, you did.
It was so scary. And I asked the real estate person, I was like, is this haunted? And they're like, well, no. But I was like, okay, when was it built? They're like 1820. I'm like, oh.
It's been through some shit.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, and
The
there was a
foundation says
cemetery, like,
otherwise.
across the
Yeah.
way. I was like,
The,
Okay.
the quiet neighbors thing. It's fun.
well, the ghost in our old house, he or she. So a couple of
They.
people
They,
actually
them.
came.
Yeah.
No. A couple of people came to our house who had like a sense.
Sixth sense.
Yeah, and one of my friends, our laundry room was obviously in the creepy ass basement.
Obviously.
And one of my friends was going down to do her laundry, and another one of her friends was like at the house with her, and she was like, "I'm not going in there." And my friend was like, "Well, why?" She's like, "There are some things down there. They do not want to be stirred up." And when they told me that, I already have goosebumps. I was literally like, so do you want to elaborate? Because I go down there all the time. And so when I first moved in,
Who am I stirring
well,
up?
I'm like, how
what,
many?
when?
Are there a
How-
few?
She goes, how many? Like, if it was one, you could just like battle them.
Well, I'm like-
if it's
Deal
6,
with
I'm
it.
all set. But if
Well,
it's one, I could do it.
They said that there was a female spirit or something downstairs, and we had a man that lived on our second floor in between 3 of our bedrooms, one like staircase that like this, it was a very, very freaky thing. We'd hear footsteps all the time, just like up and down the stairs.
It was.
I'd be like, hello.
I believe in that shit. Too.
Oh,
It's
I
like,
fully believe
I
in it.
believe.
But we had 2 dogs in the house, and I was dog sitting for one of my roommates, and the big golden retriever like stayed in my room. And I wake up at 2 a.m. to him barking at the door that faced those staircases. And I was like, come here. Stop. Stop it.
I would have
right
been
now.
actually shitting
Please
my
stop.
pants.
Well, when we first moved in, my room was above our living room, and the ghost would just trip the breaker like every night at 11 p.m.
Wake up.
And I would have to go downstairs in the creepy ass basement and flip my breaker back on. And it was like to the point where it was just like clockwork. So I was like, okay. And then when our other like teammates moved into the house, I was like, it is fully haunted. And I never told you this, Carly. One of the girls that moved into my room, they opened up one of the floorboards in the closet, and there was a doll just like buried in the floorboard.
A lot of random.
Yeah, I know.
Lexi had to
friggin'
take
know.
off, but we still have
got
Mike
me.
here. We
Yeah.
still say goodbye.
Peace
Bye.
out. Love you, girl.
Bye. Love you.
Love you. Thank you for
Thanks
coming on.
But yeah, she was like, yeah, didn't you hear there was a doll in the floorboard of your room? And I was like,
No.
well, if that had happened while I lived there, I would have promptly left.
Exactly.
I would have been like, Mom, Dad, I'm going to commute. I am commuting
From Framingham to
Framingham to
UMass.
Amherst every day. But like, I feel like that's something you have to, I would want to know.
I would want to know too.
I would want to know, like, if I'm going to wake up to a spirit in the frickin' in my room.
Well, our aunt's husband's sister, so her sister-in-law, just bought a house on the Cape, and they had a super haunted experience. This
Are you okay?
no.
She had a really freaky experience. They were going to see the house, and basically they kept hearing doors slam and just footsteps.
And like things written off a chalkboard,
Yeah,
or said like
Showing?
no,
Or
they
bought
already
it?
had the house.
they already bought it, and then I know.
And then you like that happens, and you're like,
time to
should I
sell.
throw it back on the market? Fuck around, see if it needs to go back out. But haunted houses are freaky. They're fun though. We did sage our house and everything kind of like settled, but we'd still feel like something was like behind you, or we'd hear things like hit the wall, and we'd go upstairs and like nothing was out of place. It was weird. And then one night I was sleeping alone in the house, and 5 alarms went off. Like all the fire alarms went off.
Oh,
I nearly pooped my pants.
why would you sleep alone in the house?
I had no choice. Everyone was traveling that weekend. I'm like,
I'd have literally any single person at UMass Amherst come and stay with me. I'd be like looking for
Mom
a friend.
and Dad were in Jamaica that time, and that time of I called them while they were in Jamaica. I'm like, Mom,
Mom, come pick me up.
I was literally like, can someone help me? And she's like, honey, we are nowhere near you. Call someone who could get to
Literally
you.
any other
Not even
person in
walkable.
Amherst.
No, I ended up.
Maddie like knows the entire like boys swim team, hockey team, lacrosse team, doesn't think to call any help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all of my friends were out of town, and I ended up going to one of my other friends' house. I brought my comforter. I drove away. I left every light
would've
on
too.
in the house. I literally was like,
They're,
fucking
like, in the
peace,
window
peace
waving
out. I was so freaked out. I was like,
Bye, bitch.
literally though, I was like, it was so scary. And the weirdest part was they all shut off at different times, which I knew was the ghost, because since it was hardwired,
The
they'd
ghost
all.
shut off?
Well, the ghosts were shutting them off at different times, and it was a talking alarm, so it was like, "Get out! There is a fire! Warning!" And I'm like, wake up from a deep sleep.
I would have had a fall.
So,
That's
Y'all-
awful.
I
Yeah.
had no ghosts. I had mice though. Me and Nick. When I lived with Nick, we had mice infestation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked. With living with Nick now, I would be absolutely blown away with the fact that there were possibly mice.
It's fine. He doesn't listen to the podcast.
No,
so.
he has no idea. I actually did say to him the other day, I'm like, you should probably give it a listen. When's the last time you listened? He's like, I listen. I go, I shouldn't have to ask you to listen every week.
Yeah.
I think he's maybe made it up to 9.
Well, he listens to you now. like listens to you every day now because you live together. So I don't.
I honestly think though we talk less now that we live together, if that's possible, because I'll be at the house when he's not, and then I'm not there when he's there. I'll walk in, be like, pat him on the shoulder. Hey, I'm home. He's knocked out. Wake up. He goes, hey, I'm leaving. Like, we do not talk. And then when we do, we're both in a bad mood. We're like, I'm going to go watch TV in the room. He's like, I'm going to watch TV in the living room.
They have 2 rooms.
Steal them for golfing like twice a week,
Yeah, you do. So it's okay. You can take him off my hands occasionally.
Maddie's like, I'll just clean the entire apartment while he's gone.
That is my plan today. I'm like, the trash is still full. There's something.
the worst.
I hate taking out the trash.
Should we just bash on Nick Lee?
No.
When we lived together, my biggest pet peeve with him was he would take the top off the trash to fill it more with trash
No.
instead of like taking the trash.
I actually did yell at him yesterday. I go, Nick, you shoved something so deep into the trash can, all the sides like
went in on it.
And I'm like, that's not my deal.
Yeah.
I'm not reaching my hand in there. I had a small trash can, and Nick, I love you.
Same.
So I had a small trash can for recycling, and one day something like leaked in it, and I was like, hey, can you like bring it outside? He's like, what am I going to wash it out with? I'm like, the sink? I don't know, like water. And he was like, okay. He like brings it outside to the dumpster, which is not that far from our apartment. He comes back empty handed. I'm like, where is it? He goes, I left it out there. We'll deal with it later.
The trash can?
The trash can. And I'm like, okay. He's like, I didn't know what to do with it. Like, we have a sink that like detaches, the head detaches. Like, we could have just like rinsed it out. He's like, it's fine. Like, I'll get it later.
It's because we were going at the dumpster.
We were going to go somewhere, and he was like, we'll get it on the way back. I'm like, okay. I'm like, hey, can you go get it? He goes out there. He's like, someone took it. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, literally, I'm like, okay, so you owe me a trash can. Then the next day, he's using our can opener, and it's making this horrible noise. It's like, I'm like, I don't think can openers are supposed to make that noise. He was doing it backwards. So it just snapped. The whole can opener just snapped open. And I'm like, I still need to get in there. So and then he's like, has a knife, and he's like, I'm like, so now you owe me a trash can and a can opener.
And a garlic press.
And a garlic press. He bought me a plastic garlic press. And I was like,
gosh.
Pickle.
Oh, no.
It snapped. I literally pressed too
It's
hard.
so hard to push.
Oh,
It was
honey,
so
no.
hard.
All right.
But I do love
right
him.
along. Love you, Nick. So sorry.
He's not going to listen.
Yeah. Okay. We're moving on.
It's okay.
So we have Mike here alone now. Time to get real.
I know. So I was training Mike this morning, and I was talking to him.
Mike is a very loyal BBB personal trainer.
No.
Trainee.
And we are the trainer.
You're entering like your so you've done over 20 sessions with us.
Yes.
I have.
He trains 3 times a week.
Consistently. Consistent
I took a little gap there.
you
took
have
a week off.
Went
You
on
went-
a little trip.
Yeah, but that's okay.
That's allowed.
Life's about balance.
Life is all about balance.
So what were you gonna say?
Oh, are you okay?
I don't know.
Okay, so basically, we were training this morning, and first of all, I just want to say, Mike has had 2 knee surgeries and 2 hip surgeries, right?
Correct.
So
on each.
One and one.
So he has 2 knees and 2 hips.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if it was like
The
two.
same,
Yeah,
no,
the
it's-
same hip or same knee. That's,
So
Useful.
both knees and hips have been surgeried on.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I needed that
So
clarified.
he came in with not a lot of knee or hip strength and mobility.
Or flexibility.
Mobility was tough. And you can admit to that.
I can.
Yes. So one time I was stretching him, and I was like, so you're going to, and he's like, that's as far as it goes. I'm like, okay.
She's like, she's like, okay, so now open up. I'm like, I'm
he was in like he was in the
Wide
butterfly
open.
stretch, and his knees were like 4 feet off the ground. I was like,
They're
"Okay."
crossed.
He's like, I can't. I was like, okay. So he's made like incredible progress. He's one of my favorite people to train. I love training Mike, and it's also
Compliments just keep
I know.
well, it's just
Going straight
really
to the head.
fun because when you started, your squatting was tough for you because your knees and your hips, and
Yeah.
anyone that's had surgeries on both of those things really have to work super hard towards
hard.
getting back to that point where you can do it again. And now he's squatting with the rack and the bar and like weight on the bar. So people, if you're working towards that, you can get there. You just have to put in the work.
Hit 'em up.
Yeah. But we were talking this morning about being a guy, just like in general, in the fitness industry, in dating life, just in general, that double standard. So as women, we are really trying to build a more inclusive environment, but I feel like men get forgotten about a lot
100%.
because there's this standard where like, oh, you're a guy, you can build muscle and have a 6-pack easily. It's like, no, that's not true. And I think just opening up the conversation to make people feel just more, it's normalized, not
normal bodies.
or yeah, not. I thought yours not normal bodies. Normalized, not normal bodies. Normalized, normal bodies,
and not always being ripped and having a 6-pack.
Like thing. I think for guys, it's more of the aesthetic.
Yes, we were saying
it's
that.
Not a size, like you're not a size 6 or a waist 36 or whatever.
Right.
It's like it's the image of being
like fit
up.
and like it's we were saying how with women it's a certain size you are, and with men it doesn't matter how much you friggin' weigh. It's how you look and what aesthetic you put off. And so I was thinking the other day about how like when I go to the beach, like I can wear a full piece if I want to, like I can wear, and like as a guy, if you're wearing a t-shirt at the pool, people are going to be like,
why?
What's going on? And how damaging is that to that person where they're self-conscious to the point where they want to cover up their body, and then you're bringing attention to it. It's like they don't have a choice. So it's like, or even stretch marks. Like the amount of times I've seen guys with like stretch marks, they get it so easily. Like I've seen guys that are really, really muscular with stretch marks because they built muscle quickly. Like, stretch marks are normal on women and on men. Like cellulite is normal on women and men, but like men don't get brought into the conversation enough, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because society, and it probably is, because if you look at any male models on any website, like they're not doing a good job.
Ripped out of their minds.
Well, they're not doing a good job of being inclusive. And like even the double XL person is ripped. And it's like how... that
so
makes
true.
no fucking sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, as a guy shopping, like, and by no means is it like directed more at you. It's just more of just in general. Like, I feel like if you are, let's say you're an XL, like, and you're shopping and this guy does not look like a friggin' XL, like that makes you feel crappy. Like,
oh yeah. And they'll put the size of the guy.
Yeah.
Like, so like a medium, the guy's like 6'3",
like
180 pounds. I'm like
what?
wow.
Okay.
Like how and why and what, and it's the same thing with like for both men and women with shopping, like diversifying the models and the sizing is so important, because like I could be an 8 and someone else could be an 8 and we have completely different bodies. Same with men. You could be an XL and you could be an XL, completely different bodies. And it's like, okay, so why is that not being represented?
Exactly.
Like, why is that not being normalized? And especially in the fitness industry as well. I was saying to Carly, I'm like, I don't actually know if I've ever seen a fitness instructor that's a guy that's not ripped out of their minds.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if it's because the opportunities aren't there, because people, and we say this all the time, people sometimes will pick who they want to train with just based on how they look.
But we were talking to someone recently who said, he's a bigger guy, and he was like, I would like a trainer that's a bigger person who knows how I feel jumping up and down and picking things up and like bending over and like getting down on the ground. He's like, because someone who's like yoked or ripped or thinner than me doesn't know how it feels to be my size and do those things.
Right. And it's like, and that's another thing too. It's like you need all walks of life in every industry, modeling, like fitness industry, and genuinely anything. Like representatives on the floor at a like store.
Yeah.
Just to make people feel like included.
I noticed Lululemon's website is very good now with showing every body type.
Well, and to be honest, like they were not late to the game, but they're finally there, and there are so many other companies that aren't doing it.
Aerie was one of the first.
Yeah, and they were the whole like untouched images.
Yeah,
like,
they don't edit any of their images, which is what I love about Aerie.
And I mean, just in general, but I think just...
The other thing too, I feel like nowadays with social media and TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff, a lot of people are getting into like fitness.
Yeah.
They've like gotten jacked or lost a ton of weight or something.
Yeah.
So then they like will start to do like online bookings and trainings and all this stuff, and it's like buy my 12-week program and all that stuff. And I feel like a lot of people are going down that path, which isn't good either, because it's like it doesn't get you into the gym. It doesn't get you to do anything.
No.
And it's not adapted to who you are, and there's no eyes on you to watch how you squat or something like that. And like I feel like it's great to work out with someone that I guess can relate to you if they're bigger and you're bigger. But I also feel like if you're, you know, well trained as you guys are, you can adapt my workout to be good for me.
Well, right. Exactly. Having the education foundation and also having someone that's understanding of injury and injury prevention
and have injuries and have worked with a lot of people
who have them. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said about someone having experience and building your experience and continuously learning. And I think it's easy to, you know, and I totally get some people might not be as comfortable to come in person yet, but it's like reach out to that trainer that you've always wanted to work out with, or reach out and ask questions of like, how can I get here? Or at some point train with you when I feel comfortable. And you know, it's just,
but if you're like looking at TikTok and see some person like posting their before and after pictures and they're like, now join my 10-day ab challenge. And you're like, that 10 days of abs is not going to, everyone falls for it.
I mean, I love social media. We get a ton of business from social media.
100%.
I'm not going to bash social media.
No, it's helpful and important.
Like they know what they're doing. They're trying to reach out to an audience that they know they're going to get business from, and they do, and then they make a shit ton of money.
Right.
A specific weight loss. Yeah.
It's all about what you're putting out.
Exactly. It almost like makes me like seeing those TikTok things where they're like, ask me how I did it. Like things like that. I'm like, no, because everyone's different. The way that you lost weight isn't going to be the same way that these 500 people want to lose weight. Like, and
sometimes it's not about losing weight. It's
exactly.
Like, that's the other thing. And I was saying to Mike, I was like, sometimes it is about the aesthetic of what someone wants to look like. But what we try to make training about is getting stronger, being able to do something you weren't able to do a few weeks ago. Aesthetics come later.
And just feeling better.
Right. Aesthetics is just so hard to walk in and change. Like you can't just change it the way that you think you can. Like,
and it takes so much longer than you think to have that physical change. And it takes so much consistency. And
you're gonna feel the strength before you
I don't know
notice.
If you guys posted it, but there was a meme, and it was like it took you like 20 years to get here, and it was someone like gradually getting bigger.
Yeah,
and it's like it's not going to take you 10 days to get rid of it.
No, I didn't post that, but that's true.
Should have shared it.
That is so great.
We should have shared that, but it's true.
But because that's a big part of it. But we have people training with us for all different reasons. We have people who are on weight loss journeys. We have people who just want the accountability of coming in and training and having a routine. We have people who are like, I don't know what to do at the gym. Can you teach me how to lift? Yep. We have people who come in and it's just like, it's a wide variety. And that's like,
it's not a one size fits all.
Exactly. And we have people that are like, I do so much cardio. I want to add in some strength.
Right.
And like that's the coolest part of like,
what we do.
Yeah.
And it's important to
recognize the differences between it all and not just like assuming everyone's on a weight loss journey.
Right.
And I think that's one big thing that a lot of people assume. Like, I don't know, and this sounds awful, and there's a time and a place for a before and after, but I actually don't love before and after photos, especially on like fitness accounts, because almost always it's the person looking smaller. And then they're like, oh my God, you look so great. And it's like,
not stronger.
And maybe sometimes they did build strength and they might have lost a ton of weight and maybe that was their goal. But it's again feeding into this idea that being smaller is better. And it's like, how damaging is that to someone that is just naturally built a different way?
Exactly.
So when everyone on Instagram is like, oh my God, you look so much better, or you look great. It's like, there was nothing wrong with you before.
No.
And like, I'm happy for you that you feel better in your own skin. And I don't ever want someone to think that that's not okay to post, but like, think about and maybe it's more towards the commenters. Think about what you're saying.
Yeah.
When someone posts a before and after, don't be like, you look so much better. Be like, look at that strength you built, or like, way to go. Like, you don't want to be
proud of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple, but do not get into the comments and be like, because then if that person ever gains weight, they're going to go back to that photo and be like, but everyone thought I looked better when I was small.
Exactly.
Do you know how many times I've done that? Where I posted a photo and someone goes, you look so tiny. And then I'm like, well, actually, that's from 3 years ago. And I'm 15 pounds heavier at the moment. So it's like.
But with strength.
Right. And maybe not right now. Not right now. But I'm actually chilling right now. And I don't know about you, Carly, but my body's gone through a lot of changes since I've not been able to exercise as much because of my back.
You're telling me.
And yeah, am I super excited about all of them? No, but I'm accepting them for what they are because.
And our body still does a lot for us day in and day out.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I might be in constant pain, which pisses me off sometimes. So body, can you chill the freak out with that? But I'm breathing. So
Exactly. At the end of the day.
point blank, I have the breath and oxygen that I need to breathe.
All right. Most of our baby cakes followed through with the this or that. They understood the assignment, and
Mike actually put this together.
Mike put together the this or that this week. So if you enjoyed the aesthetic of it, that was all Mike.
I'm going to open it up too. So
I will not take credit for that. That was our director of operations /
Oh.
admin / event coordinator. All things Winter Properties, Thais.
well,
Thais.
She does all my
well, that was
amazing.
all my social
amazing.
media stuff. So.
Great
It
job.
was amazing. Thais, shout out. So we did a this or that, and I thought it was really cool to see like what everyone was voting. We got over 300 votes on
Holy
it.
shit, this is the most we've gotten in a while.
Yeah.
Showing up.
You're
So-
welcome.
Thank you. So that first one,
Water view or forest view?
I think
I said water view.
I would have said water view as well. Did you go forest?
I think I went water.
Okay. So that's, I think, like a no-brainer though.
I love the ocean.
I love the ocean. So 284 for water and 25 for forest.
Wow, this next one's 50-50.
Is it?
City view or mountain view? I said mountain, but like looking at the city, it's so pretty.
It depends on the city
I
view.
want to be the mountain guy, but I'm not.
150.
I'd love to be that guy.
Technically, the city view won by 2 votes.
Oh, okay.
I will be honest. I think I'd rather the mountain view only because
I'd rather be in the mountains.
The idea of the city is great, but then the construction and the beeping and the noise. Yeah, that's true.
exactly. So true.
All right, a pink door or a gray door?
Okay, I said pink door. I
But
thought it
I
was so
thought the
cute.
stoop of the pink door was really cute, and everyone went for
Oh, yeah.
the gray.
That's like black.
It's
It's a black door.
This is a steel gray door. Steel gray.
That's black.
For sure, steel gray.
It's
Steel gray.
kind of black.
It's steel gray.
Maddie is blind.
270 votes for the steel gray door and 45 for the pink.
It really depends on the house too.
It's true.
I
People are
actually
into different color doors right now though. So the pink is.
I like the pink, but I think I like the tile. I was taking the whole
The whole aesthetic.
moment.
I said the pink. I liked the pink.
Okay, all right. The blue door or the orange door, or no?
That's red, Maddie.
She's on the wrong one. Oh no, she's back.
Oh,
Okay.
I would say this is more of a burnt orange.
you
Oh
were on the wrong
my
one?
God.
This
That's
is burnt
red.
orange.
That is
Hurley, does that
firmly
not look like
red.
burnt orange?
That's red.
That's firmly red.
It's red. Maddie, the next one's orange.
All right, well, I
Get
choose
your eyes checked.
I choose the blue.
I chose the blue one too.
I'm sick of red.
I like the green one more.
Wait, you didn't say the results.
Green- oh.
231 to 231 for the blue one and 71 for the
Burnt orange.
red door. So then we have green or orange, and I like the style of the green door more, so I think that's why I chose the
Yeah,
green
me
door.
too.
The green on like a farmhouse.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
green is total farmhouse
Chef's
vibes.
kiss.
So we went 211 for the green and 95 for the orange. And then the house is going to be tough to describe.
Yeah, we can't really describe
We can't really
these.
describe these. I'll be like, so it has 4 windows, big driveway. No, I'm just kidding.
Go.
You should definitely go look at it. But okay, for the back,
I will tell you, people went for like a cape, like a big expanded cape style
Yes,
over a lot of the other styles.
absolutely.
for the backyards, I'm loving that like rustic farmhousey, like
Yeah.
homey vibe. And I was shocked because a lot of people went for this like pool, like
Party theme almost.
yeah. I was like, give me the rustic vibes. I want to
Maddie
have a
is
bar
rustic.
and a grill and a nice
Yeah.
big living
I
room, like
want a
outside.
Pizza kitchen.
Oh.
Like a stone one.
Pizza kitchen. Pizza oven.
Yeah.
I would love a
kitchen,
California
the whole thing.
pizza kitchen in my backyard. A good CPK.
Like a stone one.
Yeah.
Those ones are rustic.
The wood in it.
Well,
Yeah, that would be
Love pizza.
awesome.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. This or that. This episode has been sporadic, to say the least.
No, but it's a little bit of everything.
I know. I think it was really fun. And if you need any real estate advice or help, make sure to go find Mike and Lexi.
We're your people.
Yeah. What are all the Instagram handles? You can share them all.
So we're Winter Properties Group, pretty much on everything.
Okay.
My personal Instagram is Mike J Mac. I don't know what Lexi's is. Lexi Grace, I think.
I think
Yep.
yeah, it is.
Or
And
Lexi and Grace.
yeah. And no, I think it's Lexi Grace. And if you have any questions for them, you feel free to DM us first. We can pass
Grace
it along.
W.
Lexi, yeah.
Okay.
Lexine Grace W.
So we can pass it along to them. But Mike, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
Thank you for
here.
coming
Thanks for having
on.
And thank you, Lexi. I know she's not sitting right
I
here
know she's
anymore.
not here anymore,
but
but-
she was happy to be here.
Yeah, she was happy to be here.
But
She was just as excited as all of us.
Yeah.
we were excited.
Yeah.
No. Not even a
Slightly.
little bit excited. We might have said it 7 times, but make sure you go rate, subscribe,
Review.
and don't forget there is still a discount code for merch if you leave us a review and send us a screenshot.
Yeah.
So
That never ends.
that never ends.
Also, actually, I won't disclose that yet.
Okay, there's something fun coming, so just keep an eye out.
No, not that.
Well, there's something else fun coming. I think there's a few things.
Not that either.
Okay, well, we're not going to share it, whatever it is. Have a great rest of your
Bye,
week,
people.
everyone. Bye.